Yeah, Skrilla by the stack, you know I'm bout it. 20K on the dash, you can count it. Got the fireplace burning, baby, cause I'm lounging. Never been crusty, baby, but I've been clowning. Got that thing dripping wet, baby, got me drowning.
Hey, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Couple days vacation, enjoy their Thanksgiving with their family, their loved ones, or whoever they felt was important in their life. I hope you guys ate a good meal. You know, I stuffed myself, but man, I got to get back to my workout, lose and shred some of this weight that I gained, because this dad bod ain't cutting it, bro. I don't like it. But like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right, so let's get it done. Coming at you again with another video. This is a video about a question a subscriber asked me. And like I said, I always attend to a lot of my subscriber questions. I have a lot of them. I'm gonna answer this one, then I'm gonna drop a couple more videos that I already had made while I was banned on YouTube, and then I'm gonna come right back to the questions. I have plenty of questions I need to answer, but continue to keep asking me questions. It don't necessarily have to be about prison. It could be about something general. You know, I'm no topic is off limits with me. I do my best to shed light to any answers, and if I don't have their answers, you know, I'll do my homework, do my research, and then come back at you with my personal opinion. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, always leave a comment. You know, I like to hear everybody's opinion, and let's get into it. The subscriber asked me, what codes of conduct did my OGs teach me that not only served me in prison, but were applicable to the world? The first one I'm going to talk about was exercising my vocabulary. Being that, I mean, it's a common practice. I think it's a necessary practice when it comes to developing a vernacular, you know, to be able to articulate yourself better, to present yourself better, whether it comes to, you know, the art of persuasion, persuading somebody in a particular, in accordance to your belief system, like I had to. Being in leadership positions, I had to be able to explain myself. I had to be able to break down a household policy, a yard hold policy, squad procedures, the concepts of removals, the purpose of removals, the purpose of education, each concept and topic designated in our essay curriculums. I had to be able to elaborate on each and every subject that was thrown at me to present myself as a proper leader. How else are you going to have somebody actually take you serious and listen to you and actually conform to everything that you're saying and register everything mentally if you sound ignorant, you sound naive, if you sound young-minded, if you sound like a little kid who don't know how to talk? So I invested myself in the practices of writing essays on a consistent basis while I was learning my educational bundle, whether it was being Norteño or whether it was just participating in the educational department on any subject that got thrown at me. I don't know how many times I've written essays, 1,000-word essays on the bonds, while other people have only written 500-word essays at a time. I don't know how many times I broke down the format, which to this day, to be honest with you, you know, I still have right here. There's a lot of concepts in this Norteño format that teach you not only the ways of prison, but they're actually viewpoints and practices that are universal, that you can generalize and apply in different situations, in different circumstances, different environments. It's always been a good doctrine that I always kept with me to this day. So with an extended vocabulary, it taught me how to interact with people. It taught me how to approach people. It taught me how to read people. It taught me how to explain myself. As a Norteño, there's this class that we were able to take through the mail. It was a mail correspondence class that was free, which was to become a jailhouse lawyer, and you get certified. And with that certification, you can actually present it to the prison administration, and they'll allow you to become jail certified as a lawyer and actually help with other people's cases. And they'll appoint you a job for it through the law library, and you can help inmates with their courts of appeals, points of authorities, drafting up legal documents to present to the courts. That was one thing that I had. I was certified as a jailhouse lawyer, and I was provided the actual handbook. You know, it's stuff like that. You want to be able to be versatile in anything that you apply yourself to and your approach to things. I got to be able to talk to this Crip and this Blood in the same sense and what he'll understand. I got to be able to talk to a Sureño to his level of understanding, as well as others. I got to be able to approach this cop and talk in a formative, professional manner to where that I don't come off as disrespectful, I don't come off as rude, and I come off as intellectual and knowing what I'm talking about. That way he can respect what I'm asking or what I'm presenting and meet me with respect, instead of shutting my demands because I sound naive and ignorant. That same concept applies out here. Right now on my daily time, I read Mastery by Robert Greene, because I read all the other books. Mastery was the one I was really not familiar with. But every day I'm trying to teach myself how to better myself, how to better my vocabulary, how to substitute one word for the other word to be self-explanatory. That way, because I'm not out here running around with gang members. I'm not going back to neighborhoods. I'm not talking to OGs no more. I'm talking to individuals who run companies, supervisors, that hold lead positions in the works that I've been doing, whether it was the construction sites, whether it's the job that I had now, whether it was Central Valley Meat in Hanford or Lemoore. You know, I'm an individual who has tattoos all over the place, so I'm already going to be looked at and frowned upon, even though tattoos is very culturalized now where it's the norm. But still, I got a felony background. I got to be able to draft resumes and actually convince and persuade individuals that I'm worth hiring. You know, pretty soon I'm going to try to enroll into the union. I got to articulate and present myself in a fashion where they can take me serious and know that I mean business, that I am ambitious to uphold this union job, that I'm willing to work hard. With zero experience, I got to be able to articulate that I'm able to do it, that I'm capable of doing it, that I'm worth giving a shot to. That's why I took that practice from the prison and applied it out here. Because when I went to them job interviews, man, this is my life on the line. The only way you can survive out here is with a job. I don't want to be homeless. I don't want to be unfortunate and then under bad circumstances where I just end up back in the pen because I reduced my options because I just chose to be a gang member and go use drugs or not educate myself. Presentation is everything. And that's the other one that my OGs taught me. It's how to be professional. It's how to be professional, how to present myself at all times. You know, I keep my house clean the same way I keep my cell clean. Because when an individual was to go up to your cell and see that it was dirty, you're looked at as a dirtbag, no matter what the circumstances was. A clutter bug, a scatter bug. It's how, you know, the way you folded your clothes, the way you kept the cell clean, you know, made your cellie comfortable enough to want to live with you instead of saying, you know, I'd rather just engage upon you and get out of here and find a different cellie. So that same OCD concept, that same concept of keeping everything clean, that's the first thing I do when I wake up every day. I drink my coffee, I walk around the house, I clean up and put everything that needs to be put away. I help my baby mama out with the kitchen stuff. She helps out with everything else. Same thing before we go to bed. 30, 40 minutes before we lay down, we're doing the same thing. We're going around the house, carpeting the floor, vacuuming, cleaning the bathrooms. The kids are putting their stuff away. I don't even like leaving for a field trip and knowing that I'm going to be gone all day, knowing that the house is dirty, that I didn't put the dishes in the dishwasher. I like to be clean. The same way that I don't like to go to the store just wearing some slippers and some baggy shorts and a wrinkled shirt. I don't even go to work like that. You know, I present myself in a meaningful and respectful fashion so people can take me seriously. They always said, my Famedos and my OGs always told me, you know, appearance is everything. You know, perception is everything. So take pride in your appearance when you leave that so because you're a representation of us, of who we are as a people, our codes of conduct, our levels of expectation, our higher standards. The same way I seek the higher learning, I've always seeked higher standards for myself. So I apply it out here so everybody can look at me like, no, that's not a dirtbag. No, but this is the individual who takes care of himself. Because there's been times when I was doing temp agency jobs when I got fired from my first job, and I would show up and I would see individuals just straight off the streets look like they haven't slept 2-3 days, look greasy, look like they haven't showered, haven't cut their hair, asking for a job. Like, I don't expect anybody that's doing that interview to give me a job and take me serious if I present myself in that same fashion. So I keep my shoes clean, I keep my pants ironed, I keep my shirts ironed to the best of my ability. And I go out there and present myself to where I'm more accepted than disregarded. Because bad enough, I've already ruined my chances with a felony conviction, being in prison, criminal background, tattoos all over the place. So I got to work just a little bit harder for my acceptance. And I want individuals to appreciate that everything I do, the way I present myself, the way I look, and the way I conduct myself is respectable enough to give me chances and opportunities that I deserve now for changing my life, for being out of prison for 3 years, staying sober, not going back to the gang life. I believe another thing, sometimes in prison, you know, sometimes you get into it with your cellie. And then sometimes living in that cell with them arguments and them silent treatments and to the point you guys start fighting or want to move cells, people can get hurt from those kind of situations. So I always learn by my older homies, like no matter, everybody's going to have their disagreements. Everybody's going to have their arguments. No one's going to accept constructive criticism. Everybody's going to let their pride get in the way. But once you go to bed and you wake up It's a new day. So I always make sure that I wake up with a strong, positive attitude. I understand that sometimes yesterday's problems are gonna cross over into today, and I'm still have to deal with them. But sometimes I let things go in the past. Like today's a new day. So I wake up with different goals, different meanings, different agendas, different approach to life every day. Because I can't control what happened in the past. I can't control what happened last night. Yeah, if I get into my baby mama last night, in the morning we wake up, hug, kiss, talk things out real quick on a professional manner and a professional tone, and no arguing like we did the day before, and resolve the issues and move on. Same way I did it in the cell. I wake up every day telling myself, man, today's a good day. Today's going to be a good day. You know, sometimes you got to give yourself them daily affirmations in order to influence and motivate you to continue your ambitious stride towards whatever you're trying to accomplish every day in your life. Because that's what my OGs taught me. Like, bro, we got to live in this cell. So if we're going to fight and argue and go to bed mad and wake up mad, you know, that's not a healthy way to live. That's how people kill each other in the cells. So I take that same concept from there and I apply it out here. And every day I just wake up and say, you know what, today's going to be a different day. And I start setting goals the moment I wake up. What do I need to do? What do I need to accomplish? What am I going to accomplish today? I make sure I do a YouTube video every day before I go to work. So when I come home in the morning, I can edit it and go to sleep, wake up, upload it, and then make a new one, and start the cycle over and over. Now that I have this to strive for, to gain some type of success from this. So I work hard at it. You know, I'm very ambitious. And where I apply myself wholeheartedly. Because that's what the homies in jail told me. Hey, you want to be an hermano? You want to be an individual with status? Learn these bonds and learn these formats and learn that historia. And learn how to apply it every day in your life. Learn how to govern and lead these people in the right direction. So every day I woke up, okay, I'm going to study this tomorrow. I'm going to study that tomorrow. I'm going to read this book tomorrow. I'm going to implement this for the safety and security of my people right here. This is what I'm going to go teach that individual since he keeps making the same infractions and he needs some form of correction. I'm going to educate him on this aspect. Maybe this might help him. You know, that's how I had to train myself mentally every day. And I just took those same practices and ambition, behavior, and brought them out here. That's why I've been able to stay out here for 3 years focusing on a job. Every day I wake up saying, tonight I'm going to go to work. Tonight I'm going to go to work. Next week I'm going to get paid. And I continue to do that same cycle, knowing that I'm accomplishing everything that I need to accomplish in due time. The main thing that prison taught me, being in a prison cell, that lack of contact with reality, because you're so isolated and institutionalized of the prison administration governing you, the prison society governing you, that cell living governing you mentally, every day and emotionally. I stopped consciously limiting myself and trapping myself within my own mind. Because in prison, when you're sitting in a cell, all you do is daydream and think and fantasize to escape that reality. So when I come out here, I tell myself, there's no more limitations. You're not in that box. You're not in that tomb. You're not in that square. You're not in that environment no more. Out here, there's a lot of individuals that are willing to help you. Out here, there's a lot of individuals who don't look at my gang tattoos and look at my face and see, you know what, that's an opposition right there. I ain't got nothing for him. There's people out here willing to help. Just like everybody on YouTube, you know, bless me through my baby registry and help me get my life together, my situation together to bring my baby in comfortably. So I got to take advantage of these opportunities because the one thing I learned, what Benjamin Franklin said, is a man's purpose in life is acquisition, is attainment. It's what can we attain while we're here on earth before we leave and meet God. That's what Benjamin Franklin said in his autobiography, and I always took that with stride. And I said, you know what? There's everything to gain, and I ain't got nothing to lose. Because we only got one life, one chance, I'm going to come out here and do it. So the same mentality that I had in jail, when I used to sit there and do a drawing and say, you know what? This drawing is going to take me 2 or 3 days. This bond is going to take me 5 days, but it's going to pay me 25, 30, 40 bucks. Or if I do this drawing for this girl and write her a sweet letter, 5-page front and back, and ask her for $100, I'm going to get the $100 on my books. I've always been ambitious in jail to strive to gain something. And I just brought that same mentality out here. That's what my older homies taught me in jail. So with that being said, man, I hope I answered you guys' questions thoroughly. Thank you guys for the opportunity and watching my video and my content. I got to get back to more questions. So like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done.